So I've been just pretty busy with everything lately. You guys could probably tell. I know I have expressed it a couple times, but I'm on like my 55th or 56th video. I'm not sure which one this is, but yeah, I've been like contemplating, like, should I go to 100? Should I keep going past that? I don't want it to get boring for you guys. I want to keep it entertaining. I feel like sometimes, I mean, there's only so much I could do sometimes with this stuff, and you know, you need time to go out and fly, and when I'm busy, it gets kind of tight, and I have to, like, you know, have time to edit and stuff. You know, it gets tough, but I think I'm going to keep going. I've gotten this far. I don't see why I can't just keep going with it. I'm having fun doing these. I just want to make sure that they stay fun for you guys. But I started rebuilding, not rebuilding, but doing a couple things, like just small repairs. I've lost one of my little foamies on the bottom. I added another one, and I was just cleaning up like some wiring and things that I had done on this frame here. And I thought I would talk about something that I don't see a lot of people talk about, which is like OSDs. I feel like running an OSD is actually pretty important. I know some guys do the telemetry through their radio and it talks to them. I've never really used that. I mean, in the past, like, I use a timer and things like that that is close to when the battery is almost done, but it's not exact. And I've always really liked having a nice OSD. I've used the PNP 50 for a long time. I like this OSD a lot. It's simple and it does its job. The only problem I had with this one is that in this frame, this frame's so tiny, it just wouldn't ever fit between the standoffs. It was always angled and taking up a lot of room, things like that. So that was my only downfall to this OSD, but I do like it. And then there was like minimum OSD. This is the one for the KISS flight controller. This is like your standard little one. It's so small, I should probably put it up in front of you. But that one's okay. Sometimes they're hit or miss also. Like, you get a good one, you get a bad one. Recently I saw it's the Furious FPV. It's the piggyback OSD, and it looked like, since I had the Combini board, this was just hooked directly up, and so I tried it out, and so far I'm really liking this OSD. I'm gonna put it on my other the Cyclone board, and it's just it's simple, it works. A lot of you guys know the minimum OSD, or I mean I think MW OSD is minimum OSD. I don't really know that portion of it, like the names, but I do know this one works. It tells me my voltage readout, how much consumption I've used, like my mAh, and just my flight time, which I don't really need, but I don't mind it. And, you know, it does the arm disarm type of thing. Another thing I do like is that it goes through your flight controller. I could adjust my PIDs on the fly from the radio. I don't have to plug it in. Things like that I kind of like. But yeah, I just want to do a quick overview on OSDs. The other thing I thought I would overview is camera settings, like what camera setting I use. A lot of you guys sometimes message me or ask me in the comments what camera that I use. I use the, right now it's the Gopro Session 5 camera, and the settings I use I'm going to go over. Right now it's dark outside. I'm just working late, and I'll show you guys what I use for, like, I guess, you know, nighttime settings. And for the daytime, I usually use like a 1080p 60 frames per second. ISO is set at 800. EV comp's at 0. Sharpness is high. Pretty basic. I do bump it up to, I think it's 2.7K. Sometimes I could do 30 frames per second and still be in super view. But for the most part, I'll show you what I'm using right now in the dark, and we'll kind of go over those settings there. Alright guys, so I am on the GoPro app right now, and I'm just shooting this directly out from the side, and we're going to go into the settings. So you can see where I have everything from where I used it last. Resolution was 2.7K, frames per second 30, super view. Turn off image stabilization, it causes a lot of jello. I have Pro Tune on. I use GoPro Color. My ISO limit was 800. My exposure compensation was at 0. Sharpness was high. So that's pretty much everything I use. I don't use the voice control. Anything that's going to cause the battery to get drained quicker, I don't use. But so let's see where this is at with the color. We're going to go done. You're going to see that's pretty much what we see right now. It's a little bit dark. You can barely see that plant right there. Now all I'm going to do is go back into here. We are going to go change this to 1600 on the ISO, and going to bump up maybe the EV comp to 1, and you can see that got a little bit brighter right there. So I'm going to fly with these settings, and we're going to see how it looks at night where it's pretty dark over here, and see how much grain we get. Usually when you fly in dark areas, you get a lot of grain. It doesn't look as good on video, but you know, you can only do so much. So let's do a quick little flight and see how it goes. Alright, so that was my GoPro settings that I use. Hopefully that information will help you guys out. I know a lot of people don't really touch on the topic of their GoPro and what settings that they use. I've seen only a few videos out there. But I know you can look up on YouTube just random GoPro setting videos, which are a lot of help. That's what I did a while back ago. And then I played with it myself, utilizing that app just to, you know, point the camera out there in the direction of like where you want to see how the video is going to look. That's what helps the most. Just play around with it, and hopefully you guys find out the right settings for you. But yeah, if you guys have any questions that I might have not covered, just leave me a comment below. I'll try and get back to them as quick as possible. If you guys have any questions on the OSD stuff, I've gone through a bunch of different OSDs, and I know it's a headache for some. It was a headache for me on some of the stuff. I might have the answer to your question on that also, so you can leave me that comment. And yeah, hopefully you guys just like, share, and subscribe everything. Keep me motivated to keep doing this stuff. I want to continue to do these videos as long as possible. So that being said, go out there. You know what to do. Get nasty. I'll see you guys later. Peace.